It's the only way to live. Invest.
Yeah.
I sing that daily.
When she puts on her vest.
Was that a Christmas episode?
No, it was the very first time. It was like my second or third time on the podcast. It was
okay. Yeah, I remember you were there.
It was laid up when I had my back injury.
Because he won't allow me to play that game when he's here.
I told Becca, you won't play that game? Wait till I'm not there.
Which game? What game?
The singing game where we make up songs.
Oh, yeah.
Don't invite me to that one.
Dave loves that one, too. That's one of Dave's favorites.
Oh, yeah, he loves performance.
So I take it Dave's pretty much gathered. He's not on the show anymore. Is that what it is?
I guess.
I've got
we killed him.
I've got a pretty good butt imprint on this ball now. So.
Oh, it's yours.
Oh, it's yours now. It's been claimed.
Yep.
Well, I did get a voicemail. Do you want to go ahead and listen to that from Dave?
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I do have one.
I thought we had decided to just kill him.
Oh,
maybe he sent it
like an old-fashioned lynching.
Well, let's hold on. Where's he at?
He might have made this before
like a sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Cut him open, sprinkle blood,
drink blood.
I don't want to drink Dave's blood. Jeez.
Oh, that's some filthy
Giant Mountain Dew and
nicotine-laden blood there.
Doesn't sound too bad though.
Skittles and nicotine. That's all that's in there. All right, here goes Dave. Here you go.
All right, guys, stop putting me on blast until your people talk to my people and agree to my terms. I ain't coming back. It's just too much. It's too much.
What? Dave, don't.
Like a Skittles a week. That's what gets me on the show. And this whole Jerry redacted thing goes away. Got it? Deuces.
Deuces. Deuces.
What a loser.
I feel sad.
What terms did he have for us? I don't remember these.
I feel glee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does anybody remember these terms Dave had for us?
I feel empty inside.
He said that. He said the terms at the end. It was that the Jerry redacted is done. I don't know what the rest was. It was like
he sent me a handwritten letter on very nice stationery, and the demands involved. There was something about a weekly supply of silly putty.
Oh, 5 Skittles.
Or he wants new silly putty every month.
Yeah, he also said 5 Skittles in the voicemail.
That costs more than the podcast.
He wants 5 green Skittles. They're green ones, right? I don't eat Skittles.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 green.
Yes.
5 green M&Ms. He also wants various size balls depending on the day of the order of the week. It corresponds with the phases of the moon.
Oh, balls on his chin.
Okay.
Yes.
He can put balls on his chin.
No, that was a different demand. We're getting to the balls on his chin. He demanded finally a different set of balls on the chin
every week.
Every week to do the podcast.
I don't know if we can do all that. So
yeah, I mean, there's only a couple of us here with balls, so we would have to bring in every week a new dude to put balls on his chin.
They don't have the Craigslist ads anymore, so we can't really put an ad out for that.
In. How would
Dear Craigslist, we just need somebody to put balls on chin. That's it.
Yeah, that's all. A couple seconds.
Just a very stubbly white beard chin.
with a ball imprint in the beard.
Yes.
It's a really thick beard, and it's got an imprint of balls because it's just been there so much.
He has a very strict beard regimen.
Yeah, but it's very short and stubbly.
It's very manicured and great. You know what, Dave? I'm on your side. I'm sorry that this
his beard line's not straight.
Not
bothers me.
Not that I don't like Jerry.
You know what's super gay? Super manicured beards.
Here's looking at you, kid.
I was gonna say what constitutes super manicured. I mean, I definitely get the cheeks and get the neck, but it ain't super manicured.
Dave has like a razor sharp line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does. I'm amazed he does that with no mirror.
He just does it blind in the shower.
That's why it's not straight.
It's a very razor sharp line. It's just not straight.
It is.
Jerry Redacted, how are you doing?
I'm doing better in hot butter biscuits. How are you doing today?
Oh.
Oh no!
hell?
It's still
What's
a
going
Becca
on?
stick.
That was.
All right.
Well,
I see you, Jerry, and
I
I'll
see
raise
you.
you whatever I can think of between now
he
and
might
when you
have
ask
just
me.
come up with that naturally. It
I
sounded pretty
did. I
natural.
actually did.
It
And
did sound pretty natural.
He found
Sorry.
a new comedy school that Dave wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A new clown college. Jerry, this is number 3, right?
It is number 3 in a row.
Yeah. Look more comfortable.
Third time's a
on the
charm.
mic.
Third time. Yeah.
It's good.
Good. Glad to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Happy to have you. Happy
Yes.
to have you. Since if we haven't killed Dave, we're going to kill him soon.
Oh,
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
Make
Keeping
us
no
see that.
secrets.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You
God.
brought a flask.
See,
Treat
Treat
That's
yourself.
Brad's flash.
Brad would lose his shit. Brad's right behind you.
Yeah, Brad, you want to come see this?
Come see this.
No. See now that's the kind of thing Dave would never do.
Yeah, he would definitely never do that.
Jerry's flask.
It says,
Treat yourself. What? What you got on that flask?
so Becca, I think, has had some of this.
Is this hooch? Is this all?
Gulp. Oh, I know what
Is this prison hooch?
Okay.
Oh no,
What is it?
it's,
It's-
very good.
it's pretty
so
good
smooth.
stuff.
I need
Nothing
to know.
good should
No.
be in a flask.
I,
It should
all I
be-
know is there coconut or
No coconut.
banana?
No, I hate banana.
banana. He could barely even
It's
say
a
it.
fairly normal
banana
thing.
and
It's a
that
normal
cowpipe?
thing.
It's very sweet though. What you got there?
I've had this before.
This is a
Yeah.
Jerry drink taste test.
It's good.
It is good. I
Yeah.
love this
A
stuff.
lot of honey.
Is it like a honey whiskey or something? Like honey bourbon or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
My tongue.
Yes.
Dave's never brought us a flask full
No.
of stuff
Oh.
before. But he did bring us some water bottles that one time that were filled with like
With shit.
pepper and like ramen noodle
Dirt.
packets and just whatever else he could find in his house. He brought us that.
It's
It's a
good. It's good.
it smells like
Just go for it.
the parking lot behind an Indian restaurant.
What kind of
That's what
Indian?
Yeah,
In a good way, though. In a good way.
like a Native American.
I mean, no, the dot Indian, not the feather. The
Oh.
dot.
You ain't supposed to say that.
Verbal assault. We can say what we want.
Oh, okay.
How much are you gonna drink of that?
I got the whole bottle in the car.
It's very sweet.
It can
Just
be
a little
refilled.
special
It's like I mean, it reminds
I'll
me
take
of
some.
Jaeger, just better tasting.
Tastes like honey and some whiskey, but a lot of honey.
Yeah, it tastes good. I like the taste of honey. I don't like the taste of alcohol. If it was just filled with honey, I'd be happy.
Like honey, like a bear would. It's a
You
good
actually, you know what?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great idea.
What?
So it's called.
You should fill a flask up with honey, and then when you have to tilt it back, it flows so slowly, people just think you're a badass. You just have to hold it up there because it's so slow. Right?
Super concentrated alcohol.
So this is called Baronschlager, and it is fermented honey.
Is it really?
Interesting.
Oh, that's
It's-
cool.
I bet you wish
I
you were
love it.
here.
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
I had a
What's it called? I'm gonna
a
like.
couple weeks ago made with that stuff.
Yeah,
Huh.
what?
Basically, that a mule. Basically, this mixed with
Oh.
ginger beer. Well, with ginger and lime,
That sounds
and it
so
was
good.
it was very good.
Huh.
I put some honey when Nathan made a drink the other night. It was New Age, grapefruit, and gin.
Mhm.
And I put a little bit of that fake honey, that sugar-free honey stuff in that, and that tasted really good.
Just that grapefruit juice still wasn't sweet enough.
I gotta add some more sugar.
Yeah, sweeten it up.
I don't like drinking to begin with. If I'm going to drink something, I want it to taste good.
It
I hear
tasted
ya.
good without it.
When you drink, you should treat yourself.
Okay, what's it called, real quick? I want to look it up.
We call it Baronschlager.
Can you spell that?
It comes like that
This
thick
ain't
and
a
heavy.
spelling bee.
Barenslager. Baronschlager.
Use it in a sentence.
Have you been practicing
I like
that all
to
day?
drink my Baronschlager straight. or neat, as they
Straight
call it.
out of a
I
flask.
just imagine Jerry like driving his car today and being like, okay, I'm going to have the Baronschlager. It's going to be in the flask. And then Steve is going to want to know what it is. And then he's going to ask me to spell it. P-A-E.
I have to prep so much.
A-R.
It's not a website? Is there no website for it?
I don't know.
I can't fuck this
There's
up.
no website for
There's
this.
fucking no website. Yeah. They're old school.
Can you order this at your local bar?
It's classy.
Some
Some.
you can, yeah.
I bet you can get it at ABC.
I got it at Topside Liquor, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna have to go get
It is $30.
For all
$30
those
a
people
bottle.
that are searching for our location, you just got a big clue.
I had to drive a ways to get there, so
Yeah.
I did.
So
I had to
funny.
drive. I mean, it's a drive for me to get there.
It is now.
You're throwing
it
them
is
off
now.
the trail now.
Yeah, right.
Jerry used to live a minute, like 20 seconds from us.
About 100 feet from
yeah,
you.
about 100 feet.
Yeah.
Patrick Everett, how's it going?
Not so good.
Uh-oh.
My right ring finger's been killing me for like the past week.
You
Uh-oh.
said
figure-
that the other
yeah.
day.
I can't figure out what it is.
Is it the whole finger?
It's mainly like right here, on the bottom pad of the ring finger.
What
Is it
you,
skin or interior?
No, it hurts whenever like I go to close my hand.
You've been working out at all?
Not lately. I haven't had
Nothing
time.
lately?
Yeah.
Is your body reacting angrily to that?
I don't know about that.
Because I'm saying,
I bet
Yeah.
you jammed it in your
because
sleep.
what I'm going to say,
That's
like,
what I'm thinking.
that could be something with your elbow. So if
Yeah.
you lifted something, that could carry to
Carry up,
there. It's
yeah.
possible.
But
Or, I mean, you just might have been putting your fingers somewhere they shouldn't be.
on the wall by my bed. It's possible. to Happen.
Finger the wall.
Yeah. Just with the ring finger out like
it's a
that.
terrible glory hole.
Yeah.
My wall loves it when I do this move.
Going in dry.
Inserts into light socket. That's not. You don't want to do that. They teach you and your kids not to do that. I saw my little sister do that, and we were really.
She was
really
able to get
little.
her finger in
Yeah,
that?
how can you do
Yeah,
It's crazy.
What?
very
I've never been
small.
able to do
She's
that.
Very small.
In
You
the
tried?
an outlet?
I
Huh?
saw her
You've tried?
electrocute herself.
I've
yeah.
taken
She have-
like a paper clip into it
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah,
Still
She
with
has-
it.
she didn't-
Thin fingers. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I was like 6 years old. Maybe she had something in her hand and did it, but I just remember a lot of screaming and like her hand was black. It was
We need facts, Nathan.
yeah.
Fake news.
Bring your sister on here. We got some questions.
She probably doesn't even remember it.
Shocked it.
It was
out of
probably
her.
like that scene in Jurassic Park when the
Yeah.
kid's on the fence
Flew off.
and they turn it on and he flies off backwards.
Yeah.
Probably just like that.
Probably. No.
Probably was that.
Becca Penland. Speaking of Jurassic Park, we saw an awesome T-shirt at Target. the
I
other
wouldn't
day.
say awesome. It was a T-shirt that was, I guess the brand was Jurassic Park or Jurassic
It was
World.
Jurassic World. Yeah.
It was a Jurassic World T-shirt, and it was a crop T-shirt.
It was
very
cut off
short.
at the titties.
It was very,
Yes.
very short, and it said on it, "Prehistoric just became prehistoric."
Oh my god.
It just had like a T-Rex skeleton on it. It didn't even. There wasn't even any.
Fucking feminists.
It was.
Fuck 'em, man. Wear a regular length shirt
God.
and stop trying to make everything about women.
But all the dinosaurs are female.
Until they turn male. They all want to be male.
That's a good Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. I've been convinced. It's a good shirt.
I'm still not convinced.
It's
because
not.
There's going to be some lady that weighs
That's
like
really
350 pounds that's going to put it on, and you're going to see her triple boobs hanging underneath that.
Isn't
Triple.
triple better than like
Double.
normal?
No.
Isn't 3 boobs better than 1?
No, I'm talking like rolls. It's just she should wear bikinis all the way down
No,
like
it's
a
called-
dog.
It's called
Oh.
furniture disease,
Furniture disease.
where your chest is in your drawers.
Oh my god.
That's like an old man joke from Tennessee. I mean, it actually is an old man joke from Tennessee. So.
Yeah.
Becca, did I need to again ask how are you? Because I kind of stepped on if you're gonna have a
Yeah, you did. This is supposed to be my big moment against Jerry.
because you gotta be Jerry. How are you doing, Bekah?
Smothered, covered, and brothered.
And chothered.
Just like the hash browns at Waffle House.
That sounds like something you don't want to be. Smothered,
maybe
covered,
you
and
don't.
brothered.
Brothered is not an actual thing.
Whoa,
brother.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
That's not an actual
Hey,
one.
you can't keep it in your
Ugh.
pants, keep it in the fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, you look at who you're talking to right now. I mean, your girlfriends, but not to your boyfriend.
She just got a little. She just had.
Oh,
she
you made a racial.
She did not get her own joke.
No. It just
She wants to be brothers, huh?
That's just how she likes her hash browns, man. She likes them brothered.
I did not intend for this.
Smothered, covered, and brothered. I know that's what I was saying. You didn't. Nobody.
The brothers like hash browns?
I don't know. We'll have to do a field research.
It ain't really hash browns. That's just what she calls it.
Oh God.
Honey, you want to come over and get some hash browns?
Well, glad that's over.
Nathan, how are you?
What?
Nobody ever asked Nathan how he's doing.
God.
Hey, first.
Ever asked you?
What
Man.
the fuck?
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's glad to
He's been waiting
happy
2
to see
years for
somebody
this.
Cares enough to ask me how I'm doing. How is Nathan doing? When Jerry and I first met, and he heard about the podcast, and we were working together.
He laughed.
I don't know
what.
But I remember him coming in to I was like washing dishes some at work, and he was like, so, which is, I've heard like 4 people say this to me. It's like, man, I didn't know you talk so much.
Everyone says that.
And I said, and what I said, I don't talk all week to save it up for the podcast. And to answer Jerry's question, and then everybody laughed. And to answer Jerry's question, that's kind of how I felt.
At the time, everyone laughed.
Yeah. Before the podcast, that's kind of how I felt. I was like, I didn't save up enough not talking to do the podcast. I just thought, but I feel good. I feel good now. You just got to get in there. You just got to get in there, get in the podcast, get going, get it started.
Get in the pocket.
Sometimes you just have to act and then worry about wanting to do it later.
Just doing it live.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Just
you
act
gotta
and think and worry about doing it later.
It doesn't
act
sound
and worry about it. Doing it later?
Like-
What's happening?
Yeah, smothered, covered, and brothered.
So you're
No,
okay.
he's saying he's not actually in this. He's acting, and he's hoping that it comes out okay, and he's hoping
And then
that
eventually you just,
it'll become real.
yeah,
No,
eventually you just get in the groove.
The real Pinocchio story.
It's kind of like, it's not like acting as I'm faking it, but it's, even if you don't feel like doing something, we could take something like working out, for example. Even if you really don't want to do it and you just think about not doing it, you could convince yourself not to do it. But once you get in there and you start doing it, you're like, oh yeah, good. You feel good about it, and you feel much better when you're done.
Steve-O, what do we say?
We say fake it till you make it.
What else do we say? You gotta
friend of me.
You gotta
do
what you gotta do
to make
to
it.
make it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, Steve-O.
That's,
Yeah, I did a great job.
That's what I'm thinking every time I'm smothered, covered, and brothered.
You smothered, covered in brothers.
You just gotta make it through.
Gotta do what you gotta do to make it through.
that's a song we wrote.
It's a song, yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay.
not going number 1.
Jerry, you had a lot of things you want to talk about.
I do. We'll start with Steve. You want to put that picture up? So
Yeah, it's just gonna be the running picture for the whole episode because it's good. It's just so you guys can see it. But
Okay.
yes, Wednesday, 4th of July, of course. My Facebook feed was full of a certain song that we all enjoy so much.
Yeah.
Freebird.
I am a real
American.
the Hulkster.
Who's
Yesterday.
this by Hulk? That's
who?
him. Oh, you look smaller.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr.
Nice.
Redacted.
Wait a second.
Where?
At the Wax Museum.
I
Oh,
was gonna say, I was like,
Which one of them is Wax? Is it you or?
it's a smaller one there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not really him, but it's still crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, man, we've seen that so much. Gonna have to get my picture taken and
So
talk about it.
did you do things with him?
He's a wax sculpture.
How's
That's
your
about all I
finger?
did. And they say, don't touch the wax. But people were touching those guys all the time. It's ridiculous. But
Did you touch his chest?
no.
Did you?
He didn't look very real.
Put
A lot of those
your
people
hands
don't
in his
look very
pockets.
real.
Yeah. He looks like Hulk Hogan, like on crack or something.
Yeah.
Like his
Isn't
face
Hulk Hogan just on crack?
Maybe.
Just on
Isn't
crack.
he's a racist now, right? Isn't that what it is? Or what is he?
It's years ago when
Was it?
I forgot what he said, but yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But, oh yeah, that's right. It came out that he had said something years prior or something.
Yeah.
Actually, just thinking about this exact same thing like a day ago
Hulk
because
Hogan.
I follow Sylvester Stallone on Twitter, and he'll post like one thing every few days.
And it's
yeah.
Ew.
Wasn't that time I was a Rambo?
I don't feel good.
Hey, yo, Paulie.
Stallone. Stallone, so it's okay.
Do you think his bottom lip really does do that just naturally, or do you think it's forced? That, Adrian.
No, that really is him. We watched the newer Rambo a couple weeks ago, and that he is full on lip hanging down.
Well, yeah, he's got to turn it up to 11 now.
Yeah, he
It's
did
like
not.
his signature thing.
He didn't have a lot of dialogue in the movie. I noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
You don't see
I think
Rambo
that's
for the
pretty
dialogue.
normal for Rambo. But anyway, he said he was like, thanks to Hulk Hogan for doing this, and it was a new clip of Hulk Hogan doing like a wrestling style promo about Rambo, just how and well, he was talking about not Rambo, but also I guess Hogan was in like Rocky 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky fought Hogan.
So he was talking about how Stallone kicked his ass in Rocky 3, that kind of thing. And it was, and I remember thinking about that, and I was looking at the comments, and people were like, oh, isn't he just fucking racist? Fuck him. And I'm like, and I was just thinking, like, this guy said one thing in an angry, probably drunken thing to his girlfriend. Not his girlfriend, his daughter, years ago. And it's just like, fuck everything you've ever done forever. You said this one thing in a private conversation. I just want to ask these people, what the hell have you said in a private conversation that if everybody knew about,
They probably said something the same limit or worse.
Yeah, it's like people but they just love just shitting on people
especially
from one thing,
especially famous people.
Like Mel
You
Gibson.
want to bring them down.
like the great Mel Gibson,
Lethal Weapon.
greatest living actor besides Kurt Russell.
I think he means it too.
I fucking mean it. Even
Yes,
knows.
he does.
Becca
As
knows.
a Patriot was an awesome, excellent movie.
Are they both in that movie?
No, but
I
Oh.
wish.
Is there a movie with the two of them in it
Kurt
together?
Russell, and, I don't know.
Anybody
If only we had these
I would
supercomputers
know-
at our
I would
Hey,
hands.
know
we
this.
have
I
a
don't-
live stream. Maybe one of
I
our
don't think
listeners
so.
has an answer for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
anybody watching the live stream?
No, we're in it. We're doing it.
We're doing it
I
live.
don't need to watch it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Kurt Russell. Wait, who was the other one we were talking about?
Mel
Oh,
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
Mel Gibson movie. Kurt Russell, Mel Gibson movie. Here we go.
Passing.
Tequila Sunrise.
Yep.
We
Must
have to watch,
watch.
this. I haven't seen that.
Holy shit. Yeah, Tequila Sunrise and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, the trifecta.
Wow.
Yeah, we need to.
The A team of acting.
Wow, that's really, let's see, is there a year?
1988. It's a thriller
Perfect.
drama.
It's 1 year older than me.
Oh, I see. Oh, someone's holding a gun. There's a disembodied hand holding a gun.
Sounds good. Sounds promising.
Let's see here. I don't know
Former
if you guys
LA
can see.
drug dealer tries to go straight, but his past and his underworld connections bring him into the focus of the DEA, the Mexican feds, and the Mexican drug cartels.
Sounds good.
That's the premise.
Tequila. That's where the tequila comes in. The Mexican part.
Oh.
Huh.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'll watch
we
it.
gotta. We'll
watch
watch
it
that
tonight.
soon.
I bet they consume a Tequila Sunrise at some point in the movie.
Probably at sunrise.
We'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I ain't watching it.
Somebody's standing there drinking it, and then a bullet goes through the glass and then through their face.
And then the sunrise.
And then the title screen.
No, you see the
pops up
sunrise
on-
through the.
Oh, nice. That makes
Yeah.
it even better.
That's cinematic magic.
Cinematic.
Cinematic magic.
Cinematic magic.
Cinematragic.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been going to that school too. Jerry, you had a question as well.
I do. So, a hot dog. Is it a sandwich?
Oh, this age-old question.
No. I don't think so.
I don't know. I guess.
I mean, technically maybe because you don't always eat it with bread. I don't ever eat it with bread.
Okay, so go by the classic definition of a hot dog of a bun and a wiener.
It's bread.
Vina.
So,
I put mayonnaise on it.
Shaped like a sandwich.
some people, I have been involved in this discussion online in the past.
Online, wow.
Yeah, I used to talk to people online.
He's cooler online.
Yeah, he was on 4chan.
People used to know me. You could make an argument for being an open face sandwich.
Yes.
But in my mind, if you just say sandwich, now if you took that bun and you separated the bottom and then you put one bun on top of the other, now it's a sandwich.
But you changed what it's become.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
that's a sandwich. Otherwise,
Right.
if it's just sitting there like this, that's just a hot dog to
That's
me.
just a-
It's just a hot dog.
All right. But, okay, check this. Okay, so I go to Publix and I get a sandwich from their deli. They only cut the bread, they cut the bread and leave the hinge connected. And then they stuff the meat in there, and they're great sandwiches, but I hate deli style sandwiches where they just stuff the meat, and when you go to eat it, it's like trying to explode out one side, and you've kind of got to wrap your hands around it to hold the meat and the veggies and everything in. You know, you gotta really get a grasp on it.
Take this, screenshot that, and
Get
just
that
Photoshop
into
the
your
dick
mouth.
right into it.
You got to kind of smush it down, and there's a trick to you got to pinch it almost, and then because if you can if you can hold it all still, then it'll work just fine. But you've got mayonnaise and mustard and slippery tomatoes and shit, and everything's just wanting to pop out the side.
I'm amazed you're doing that much work to eat that sandwich.
It's a great sandwich.
They're good sandwiches.
They're fucking great. Yeah.
I'll go back and screen capture all of those.
Oh, it'll be there. It'll be on the YouTube.
Yeah.
If a sandwich has a hinge,
It's a hot dog.
yeah.
I'll go to the deli. Wait a minute. There's a hot dog.
It's a
What the fuck is this? Slap it out of their hand. This ain't a fucking sandwich. This is a goddamn hot dog. What kind of tricks you trying to play here?
that's the thing. A hot dog is not a hot dog is a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. Sandwich is a separate thing. A hot dog is
A hot dog is just a hot dog, but a Fig Newton is fruit and cake.
Would you call a panini a sandwich, or would you call it a panini?
According to the definition of a sandwich, it's a sandwich.
What's the definition of a sandwich?
Any filling between sliced bread or rolls.
Okay.
Sliced
So-
completely or with a
No,
hinge?
It says sliced.
Doesn't say
Then
how
it's-
far it's sliced.
Okay, then
So like a hero is considered a sandwich.
okay, if you have a big slice of pizza and you fold it in half, does
Sandwich.
it just immediately turn into a sandwich?
Or a
It's a-
salad? Which one?
It's
Does
a
it?
pizza sandwich. Yeah.
Huh.
According to the strict definition.
That
of
is
a sandwich.
stupid.
We're working magic over here, turning pizza into sandwiches.
Merriam-Webster considers a hot dog to be a sandwich.
I don't give a shit what they think.
However-
It's-
I got to read this. This is pure gold here. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council says, according to the council, their verdict is a hot dog is an exclamation of joy, a food, a verb describing one showing off, and even an emoji. It's truly a category unto its own. Limiting the hot dog's significance by saying it's just a sandwich is like calling the Dalai Lama just a guy.
Yeah, I
So-
get behind that.
The council says, we therefore choose to take a cue from a great performer and declare our namesake to be a hot dog, formerly known as a sandwich.
It's a hot dog. It's its own thing.
It's a hot dog. Yo, yo.
Yeah, so
If it
The
says
debate will rage on for
if it says
millennia.
between sliced bread, it doesn't say partially sliced bread. It doesn't say not quite all the way sliced bread. It says sliced bread.
It's sliced, though.
So
They
there
sliced
there
it.
is
But
a
even
break in
a hot dog
between.
bun is sliced bread.
It's already sliced.
It
It's
is.
sliced open,
Okay, what else?
and it has a filling in it.
Yep. Meat, cheese, or other filling.
Steve, I was looking it up.
If I have soup in a bread bowl, is that a sandwich?
No, it's
an
not
open-faced
sliced bread.
sandwich. It's an open face
It's an
sandwich.
open-faced sandwich. Everything's a sandwich. There's your podcast title.
Everything.
I thought it was
like
Smothered,
this.
Brother, and Covered.
That's-
oh
that's
yeah,
what it
that's
was.
that might be better.
Okay, here's another one of those age-old questions. Bat or knife?
So what now?
Baseball bat or knife in a
Bat.
fight?
Oh,
One person with a bat, one person with a knife.
how big's the knife?
Who wins?
Knife.
I want the bat.
21
If you
foot.
were asking me what I would rather have, I want the.
What the bat's
Jerry's-
made out of?
Nope.
Jerry's
Doesn't
right.
What
matter.
if it's made out of a knife?
Doesn't matter.
Bat
Then
or
it's-
That's called a
Sword.
machete, not a bat.
What if it's made out of a sandwich?
I'm nothing amazing at martial arts, but
Oh, stop.
I would much rather have somebody come out with me with a bat.
Hmm.
You can get inside that bat pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Inside
I
it?
see that now.
Inside the
Inside
side
the
of the
swing
bat.
range.
Swing it.
But
Get it.
Thanks,
It's like
Steve-O.
I'm picturing
no, I'm not
I'm
talking
picturing
about
the bat standing up, and then it's like going like Mario going down a tube, like twirling and going down the tube.
Oh, can't swing it now.
But somebody has a knife, and they're even. I mean, as long as they're not mildly retarded, you probably gonna get stabbed
Ah,
at least a little bit.
see.
I was saying that like if I was given a choice between the two to use in a fight, I would think I would want the one with the reach. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do-
want to stab people. I just really don't want to stab somebody.
Yeah, true. It would be easier probably to hit somebody with a bat than it would be to stab them. I
No,
think.
it's
I don't-
not.
Oh, have you tried the two?
I've seen a lot of fight videos on
He
World
tried to
Star
stab Brad once.
people.
No, Brad tried to stab me.
Oh right.
Let's
Oh,
be clear on that story.
yeah, I've seen a lot of fight videos in World Star where dudes come with a bat or a 2x4. They end up losing it and losing the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bats, 2x4s are terrible.
yeah,
2x4 for sure. I was.
Best. But
yes.
Yeah, you can't hold on to a 2x4.
Patrick,
Yes.
you sent Steve a link.
I
have
did.
No idea what it is.
It's a short video. It's about
But
a
it's mostly
minute and
talking.
a
It
half
looks
long.
like
Isn't it?
Huh?
it's talking.
It's talking. I don't know how true this video is, but
Alright.
it's about this ordinance thing, and you'll find out.
We'll have to keep it zipped, or else we're not going to be able to hear what they're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much he's wanting. You'll see what this guy wants.
It's I listened to like the first 5 seconds. You'll know.
Oh.
So I propose this. The city allows for licensed masseurs to give genital massages if the masseur and the client both agree to it. We let someone get naked and have every other part of their body touched and rubbed by a massage therapist. Hell, we let proctologists spend their day fingering men and sticking things up their anus. So if someone wants to yank a guy's crank, I say let him. Picture this, a big old sweaty fat guy. Would getting him off with your hand actually be that much worse than giving him a full body massage, getting up in there under the folds of fat, or being the proctologist sticking your finger up his ass? And that brings me to my last point. This is about a group of people imposing their morality on the rest of society. If a grown adult wants a hand job, another grown adult is willing to give one for money, then let them. That's both freedom and capitalism, and that's the foundation of our country. If you have a problem with a genital massage, then don't get one, and allow other consenting adults to do what they want. That would truly be a happy ending for everyone.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
You know what?
For America.
Well put.
I completely agree with him.
I don't know what state this in. I'm surprised they let him even do any of that.
Oh man, you can tell when he wrote this, he was like, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
He's like, you let a proctologist stick his finger up your ass, but then when he's like delivering it, he's like, stick his finger up your ass.
I was watching the man. We probably couldn't see really good, but the
What?
man in the back,
He was laughing.
he was smiling, just loving it.
He's like, hey, the kid's right.
He is. You know, how come, you know, it goes back to pure capitalism. You can have sex, you can exchange money, but you can't exchange sex for money unless it's being filmed.
It is really strange.
I mean,
isn't it?
why? If two adults are consenting and I want to pay you for something, why not?
Because the government can't tax it.
Fuck the government. And they
Oh
can.
yes, sure they
Tax
can.
in
Yeah,
Nevada.
Yeah, they would
yeah,
tax
in
it.
Nevada they do,
Tax in Nevada.
and it's a lot safer.
Hookers?
Here's the,
Yes, there are legal brothels in
Yeah.
Nevada.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, there's legal prostitutes there. They have like brochures with pictures of women in there that you can pick.
here's an interesting thought experiment on this. So right now the hand job and the masseuse hand job is illegal. So let's step it out. If the masseuse had a fleshlight and was using that on the dude, would that be illegal? Now let's take the fleshlight, put it on a very long pole, and she's like across the room with the pole. Is that illegal?
So now you're measuring like distance.
Now
from-
imagine this fleshlight is electronically controlled, and she's like 10 miles away, and she's just hitting a button.
Oh,
Now, is that illegal?
Hmm.
Where's the
where do you draw the line?
Right.
where's the
The
It's- I
government
think-
draws the line at their morality.
so it's all illegal.
Yeah, I think it's that it's paying for someone to have something to do with an orgasm that you have. You're not allowed to pay someone to help you out with an orgasm.
But they
Why?
have
It's,
Well, think about all the legal problems that could come from it. If it became a regulated business to sell sex or to pay for sex, you have all these custody cases. You have all the STDs being spread, and you have all this stuff. Like it is a huge door that's being opened to a lot more of the problems that are already plaguing the court system. And I don't know. We have the right to refuse service to anyone. I feel like right now that's what they're avoiding. Like they're avoiding. They get to choose right now who they do it with. The illegal hookers. They get to choose their own
So-
life. But if it was regulated and they worked for a company, well, maybe not. Maybe
no, you,
No.
I don't know how it works. I don't-
Counterpoint.
It would be
it would be better
so,
for it would be safer for the
Right,
So,
that's-
it actually relieve the court system because it wouldn't be trying people for these crimes.
But they would have to have like all these kids that would be put up for adoption and all these.
Not necessarily.
So
Well,
it's-
I mean, you put them all on birth control, and you know.
it is legal in Nevada.
Yeah.
In only a couple of counties in Nevada.
It's just harder to
And
tax.
they
and
are.
prove.
It's condoms are mandatory.
Yeah, but
And
they're not
tests-
100%.
They're not.
No.
They're not. And and
But it's a risky business and risky.
I have not visited any of these places, but I did. I mean, I've read up on them because it was an interesting read.
Yeah, I've watched stuff about them.
So they're tested regularly. It's very highly regulated, and if paid sex was available, it would actually decrease the amount of rape in our society.
Probably
A lot of rape is caused by sexual
Probably.
frustration
Yeah.
from men
all
that
those
are-
nasty
That have a lot of
incels.
money with nowhere to put it.
no,
and
they're involuntarily celibate.
yeah, but
Insols, which is a new term.
Oh, yeah.
there's still gonna
Yeah,
be
I've
poor
heard that.
people that still want to fuck. So it's not like this.
And there'll be, you know what? There'll be market. There'll be a market.
Yeah, there'll be discount pussy.
Now,
like the
and-
Aldi hookers.
yeah,
Yeah.
there will be. You know, and there's
Be
there's
sure to
some
return your
women-
card or we're keeping 25 cents.
you know, if that's how a female or male, because there are male prostitutes, if that's how they want to earn their living, why not? It's up to them as a private individual and as a private contractor to maintain the safety of themselves, safety of their customers.
But they could still get pregnant, and there could still be a bunch of problems with if prostitution became legal. I feel like the world just be fucking overrun with babies.
It's legal in several places.
Yeah, and that's like literally that's the oldest profession in the world.
I would like to do a study on how many babies there are in Vegas compared to here.
The brothels have a very low rate of pregnancy.
They don't want to get pregnant. I mean, I listen. There are a lot of arguments against this. I think you could have all kinds of moral arguments. I don't understand the pregnant one though. I don't get that because they obviously don't want to get pregnant and they're doing it professionally. Why would they be putting themselves in a place to be getting pregnant?
You don't always put yourself in that place. It's you take birth control, you use condoms, whatever, but there's still that 1% that happens, and 1% on a broad scale of whoever wanted to fuck somebody for money could put it on that scale. There's already so many kids that get fucked up because somebody gets pregnant by accident and doesn't want to keep the kid. And now you have somebody who has sex as a profession. They get pregnant. They're against abortion. They have a moral objection to abortion. So they have a kid. They give it up for adoption. Suddenly, we're just overrun with all these fucking kids because 50% of people in the world decide to be hookers because it's the easiest way to make money.
Have you ever tried to adopt a child?
No.
An American child?
No.
There are not enough American children up for adoption, especially young children, for American couples that want kids.
So
that's why they have to go overseas. No, there is a demand for those children if they are unwanted.
It's super hard to get.
And it costs tens and tens of thousands of dollars to adopt an American child. My parents were a foster kid to a girl since she was 8 months old. They tried to adopt her when she was 7. She had still been living with us the whole time, and it cost them about $35,000 still.
Damn.
To adopt her, even though she was still living with us as a foster kid. They would rather us keep her as a foster child and pay us $600 or $700 a month instead of us adopting her.
Wow.
So,
wait, why is that?
I don't know. You got to ask the system because the system sucks.
Bureaucracy is just like
yes, and there's a lot of individuals right now that are having extra children so that they get more welfare.
Yeah.
So the argument that there's going to be more kids just because they're having sex for money. Yeah, there's people having more kids just because they can get free money right now.
Yeah, that sucks too.
And I think it goes back to the fact that these women or men, because I'm equal opportunity hooker here.
Are you?
You got it. You heard it here first. Jerry Redacted is an equal opportunity hooker.
You knew the same job.
It goes back to it's their responsibility as the provider of the service to be safe about it. It goes back to the same thing with Uber drivers. It's the responsibility of the Uber driver to drive in a safe manner and operate the vehicle in a safe manner.
Well, but what Bekah's saying is that we shouldn't even allow the possibility to even make them responsible. And
yeah, it's not just having sex; it's the possibility of creating life. And if that's your Monday through Friday 9 to 5, just fucking people all the time, I personally think that it's irresponsible.
It would probably be more like 9 to 3.
Yeah.
But here's one thing to think about though is like stripping is legal. There's no chance of getting pregnant. How many women strip? How many? What percentage of women are willing to strip? So now let's take that a step further. How many women all of a sudden it's legal, you can make a ton of money doing this, but you have to be willing to do it. I don't think a lot of women are going to be willing to. It's not going to become overrun. Look at it kind of like why we have free needle exchange in some places, because we know there's a heroin problem, but there's also an AIDS problem, and if they're already going to be doing AIDS or doing heroin,
doing AIDS, just come on in.
Going to San Francisco, and I'm going to do some AIDS.
If they're already going to be doing heroin, it's in the public's best interest, even the addicts, to go ahead and provide them clean needles. So, if we have prostitution, I would say that there's a large percentage of the people that are willing to do prostitution are already doing prostitution. If you made it legal, there's not going to be a huge growth in the market of prostitutes because you're either willing to do it or you're not. So it's like, why not legalize, which this all started with hand jobs at a massage parlor, but why not legalize something that people are already doing? The people that think it's okay are the only ones doing it. Nobody else is affected. Sounds
exactly like abortion.
Well, there's
and I would say the same thing about abortion.
Like the drug too. I have
exactly.
It's not like I'm out protesting like hand jobs. I'm just saying, like, if you ask me about it, to me it seems like the same kind of issue as the drug war. The fact that it is illegal actually perpetuates it, and organized crime builds up around it. And if it was above board and regulated, it would end up not only, which they've done in Portugal with the decriminalization, it actually went down overall. Over time, drug use went down. So I think it would, if it was like that, it would probably end up in the long run being better overall. But who knows?
There'd probably be less young girls kidnapped in South American countries and brought to the United States for the sex trade.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Yeah, because there'd be so many more kids here that they could just steal.
I mean, there's still that chance of all these kids happening with the current prostitutes going on now. Even people not doing prostitution still going out and having sex all the time.
People like sex.
It's the same amount.
Yeah, it doesn't encourage it. It's like I would say the same thing about abortion. Abortion should be legal because it should be safe. Nobody is going to go through an abortion because it's legal. And I don't think anybody has ever not had sex because abortion's illegal. I better not fuck this person. It doesn't discourage people and it doesn't encourage people. People are still going to do what they want to do in some areas of life, not every area of life, but in these kinds of areas, these very private, intimate, personal things that don't really affect anybody else except for the people that are involved, might as well make it safe for that to happen, because I don't think that someone that commits adultery with a prostitute, I don't think they deserve any punishment.
Just from
God. Huh?
Just from God.
Yeah, only from God, yeah. But not from me, not from society.
I guess really what it comes down to is eventually it's going to be that whatever anybody wants is they're going to be able to just buy it rather than earn it or get it in a less weird way. I don't know.
You got to earn that pussy. Hey, you got to go to work.
That's what you're doing with a prostitute. You had to earn the money to pay for it.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is probably getting into a completely different aspect of it, but if you can't get laid, like if you just can't and you have to pay somebody money to have sex with you, like how are you even enjoying that? Knowing that they're only doing it because you're giving them money. How can you even enjoy that?
Because there's no strings attached. There's none of the fucking bullshit.
You pretty much do whatever.
You have to almost earn it with your partner sometimes.
Yeah,
or
you can show up. You can show up whenever you want,
or make them feel comfortable. Fuck it, I just want to fuck a chick.
Yeah.
I don't give about her feelings.
Yeah, it's some primal shit. I mean, some people are totally not into it. Some people are completely into pairing up and being with one person forever. Some people are just not, and some people aren't able with every fiber in their being to land some pussy. Some people just can't. Some people are just socially awkward, or maybe weren't brought up the right way, or didn't have dad to show them how it's done, or you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, there are real 40-year-old virgins. There are real people that just have never been able to find anybody, and if they want to go see a prostitute and get a little help, then I think they should be able to.
It's just going to bring them into a spiral of depression. That's
not necessarily.
That's how I see it.
It might bring them. It might lift their spirits.
Yeah,
and start them.
It could push them toward, oh, hey, I know what this is like now. Now
Yes,
maybe
exactly. It erased the stigma.
I'm not so scared of it.
It could go both ways,
Could.
like some prostitutes.
I've watched things about like what are they? It's S&M, right? Is that right? Yeah. And it was about this one woman. What are they? A dominatrix, and she was talking about her clients, and they have a long-term relationship with these clients. They kind of like she kind of becomes like a therapist sort of for them. You know what I mean? Like, and she becomes the person that they let off steam to, and then they do the other stuff. But it becomes a working relationship for some people.
And sometimes they pay the prostitutes just to snuggle. I mean,
they don't even have sex.
They don't even have sex. They just want to lay on a woman's chest for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
There's no accidental babies in that situation, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's providing comfort to people that might not be able to get it in other
Jerry,
ways.
your face just looks so thoughtful and tender when you said that.
There's nothing like them booby pillows.
A tear in your eye.
I don't know. I believe that there's somebody out there for everybody that you don't have to pay for. That's what I think. And I don't like hookers, man.
I think we've gotten to it.
Yeah.
We've gotten to the core.
So you use your free will and not use them.
Exactly.
But
I will do
do you
that.
want to impose your will on somebody else?
On Nathan? Yeah.
Well,
Guess what? I don't think you have to worry about that with Nathan.
But you're in
Again,
that type of relationship.
I don't want anybody I know to buy hookers.
But why is it your business?
It's not
to
mine.
stop
I'm not
them?
going to stop anybody. I just don't want it for them.
So what? I mean,
but
do you
again,
think, even though you don't want it, do you think they shouldn't be able to if they want to?
She doesn't. She just doesn't want to say it.
yeah.
I mean, it goes back to not just prostitution, but anything like it goes back to the whole freaking freedom. I mean,
freedom.
if I want to go fucking shoot a machine gun in my yard, as long as I'm not hurting somebody else.
But you could.
Do you know how expensive that shit is? Do you know how difficult
No.
it actually is without giving the government?
But
It's illegal. It's illegal to shoot a machine gun without getting the government involved.
No, I understand that is, but what I'm saying is, you said without hurting anyone, but you could hurt someone, and that is in itself.
I can hurt somebody walking out here and driving my car down the road. In fact, more people get hurt from people driving their cars than from prostitute or guns.
It's because because cars are legal and rampant, and hookers and guns are not. That's why. If everybody had guns and hookers, they would be as much of a problem.
No, they wouldn't be because they'd be
guns.
fucking getting laid all the time, so there'd be less problems.
If everybody had the ability to have a gun, you think that there wouldn't be more gun deaths?
do.
That's
They
false.
do.
There's not. In fact, it's
on the mic.
proven time after time that more guns equals less violence.
Should this be a conversation we're starting right now? I don't feel like it should because I don't have enough in it. I don't.
I was just say Jerry, he has bullet points on this gun.
I do.
Bullet points.
You guys
gotta get on the mics.
Oh, sorry.
Get in.
Sorry.
I don't-
We don't want to do
Get
that.
in on the mic.
I don't have firm beliefs on this, so it's not something I'm gonna rile you up with.
Oh, that's good.
So I think it's illogical to outlaw things that are dangerous and maybe a little difficult to make sure that they are safe just because of that. I mean, it's like if Jerry wants to shoot his machine gun in his yard, I'm going to assume that he has like a dirt pile or something as a backdrop, and there's no houses directly behind where he's shooting, or there's certain safety precautions that are taken into consideration, just like with prostitution if it was legal, or just like abortion or hypodermic needles or whatever. So a lot of people, there might be a large portion of society that doesn't like these things because they see them as dangerous, but that doesn't mean they can't be made safe. Cars are dangerous, but we have figured out ways to mitigate that danger. There's lots of things that are dangerous, but hell, we fly in planes now. It is no big deal to jump on a plane and fly somewhere behind someone that you don't even hardly ever see the pilot. and you're in that plane, and it could be really dangerous. And there was a time, I'm sure, when before the government decided to actually put a bunch of money into building airports and supporting commercial airlines, I bet there was a huge discussion about, well, this is insane because this is way too dangerous. How could we put civilians and children on these planes and put them up in the sky? They're going to be falling out of the sky left and right. This is absurd. And I'm sure that's how those conversations went. I mean, look at how things go now, and the back and forth that took place. And I don't think it's valid to ban something just because it is unsafe, at face value, but can still be made to be safe.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Glad I brought this.
Y'all had
Yeah, that was really good.
Were you expecting that conversation?
No, it was great though. Enjoyed it.
And I'm totally down with hand jobs at the massage parlor. Never had one, but
It was like I could hold my gun in my hand.
yeah.
While she's holding your gun.
Steve-O,
Mm-hmm.
you texted a question. I think some people had answers to that.
Shit.
Okay.
Somebody did. I'm going to try to think of one.
Yeah, I've got a couple, but I'm glad that Bekah really liked this one. Okay, so question is pulled straight off of the Ask Reddit subreddit. It is take any name of a TV show or a movie, remove one letter. Now with that new title, what is the new premise?
All right. Bekah.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead,
I
Bekah. You're
do.
so eager.
Okay.
The
should
smile
I-
on your face.
Should I just go through all? I have so many. Should I just go
just
through
say
all
one.
of them?
Just
Okay,
say
I'm
one.
just
You
gonna
do
do-
have like the premise of the show and or movie to it, right?
Yeah, I heard him.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start off with this one. This was the very first one I thought of, and it's the only TV show that I thought of.
Okay.
Instead of Black Mirror, it's Lack Mirror, and it's about a world where people walk around and never know what they look like.
Oh no, that's insane. That's really good.
There's just these constant existential debates of like, how do I know what I look like when all I can go on is what you tell me?
Oh man, and everybody's like trying to find like the best artist to draw them so they can see what they look like.
Super self-conscious.
Do I exist outside of everyone
Yeah.
else's mind?
And then some smart ass comes along with a smartphone and takes a picture and shows it to you.
No, it would be like we were vampires. That wouldn't work either. Like nothing. You couldn't.
You could
The
not see yourself.
only way
There's
you
no
could
way
see
you
your
could see
face.
yourself.
Right.
Yeah, no
Someone else's
pictures,
description.
videos.
There's no reflections in water. So you can just throw that
Crazy.
stereotype out of all the movies that it's ever been in.
Oh man,
All right.
Cool.
All right, good one.
Black Mirror.
I
Give
have.
some-
Oh,
Are we going to go around the table or?
Oh,
Sure.
I don't have one.
well,
Yeah.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
The Jeffersons. We're gonna take the J out of it, so it's the Effersons. And pretty much every conversation just goes, F, F and this.
F this, F that.
They don't actually say fuck. They just
Yeah,
say F.
effing.
So it's F you effing F.
Yeah, effing. I'm gonna get the effing
The effort.
biscuits out of the effing stove. Enjoy your effing biscuits. Mom, this is effing good.
These are some examples.
Effing hand jobs at the effing masseuse.
I want to shoot my effing Tommy gun in my effing yard.
I had that conversation.
One time, I was in Vermont visiting my mom and my stepdad, and my roommate at the time called me to tell me that our cat was pregnant. And I was so excited. I said,
Was it a hooker?
dude, Stabby got effed. That's what I said because I was around my mom. I was like, Stabby got effed. And my stepdad goes, you could just say had sex.
Ah.
I could, but that would probably be even weirder. My cat had sex.
It is
Sounds
weird.
weird. Somebody
It's
hit
a-
that pussy.
That's a great show, The Effersons. Who's next?
Go ahead, Steve-O.
Instead of friends, we have fiends.
I had that one too.
where it's pretty much still the same show. They all just fuck each other. So it really doesn't change much. It's really just what it should have been called.
Yeah, they are. They all are really terrible people.
No, they're not.
They are. Yes, they are.
No way.
Sluts.
I watched through that series for the first time just a few years ago. I didn't get through all of it because when that baby shows up, it just starts getting lame. But
the first baby.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Later on,
Ben or Emma?
Yeah, the one after the second one.
What?
Like the last season, that one sucks. Anyway, I just remember thinking like, yes, they're funny and all, but you look at it and you imagine these people as your friend. You're like, these people are fucking they're horrible people. They do horrible shit
I like them
to each other. Go back and watch that and think about that as your actual friend. The shit that they do on that show. It's just fun. I mean, it's just for fun. It's just funny. It's a funny show.
Don't talk bad about friends.
I forgot what website it was, but they came up with a show. Zach Morris is a douchebag.
Yeah, it's Zach Morris is an asshole.
Yeah, Zach Morris is an
that.
asshole. Yeah, they just go over Saved by the Bell on just how terrible of a person he is.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah, it's just it's a YouTube channel that's just that, right?
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, they just take one episode and then they show why Zach is such an asshole to his friends or how he's such an asshole. It's really good.
The point of the show though is to for him to learn from that kind of shit. Like, yeah, he's an asshole, but he learns from it.
But he never does.
Every time he never learns.
Yeah,
it.
he was.
He always tries to fix it to cover his own ass.
True.
Exactly. I think he always just learns how to cover his ass better.
Yeah.
I think deep down he's an okay guy.
Zach Morris or Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Both.
I think you just like Mark Paul Gosselaar.
I don't.
I like Kelly Kapowski.
Who doesn't?
I know.
Saved by the Bell.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so mine is Mr. Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Take it back to RED, racial erectile dysfunction. So a rash of erectile dysfunction is only hit black people. What?
Rash of
Erectile dysfunction is only hit black people.
R-A-D.
Oh, he's getting rid of the M.
No more talking horse.
Nope.
What?
All right.
I'm just confused. That's all I am.
You got one?
Yeah, it literally just came out of mine. Star Wreck.
I like it.
Every show, a new ship launches, and every show it crashes. That's it.
Oh, I thought
It's a show.
maybe it'd be about famous people crashing their cars.
Oh, it could be that. Yeah, it could be that. I like that.
Is it my turn again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we have Jurassic Park, which is a movie about playing golf with a lot of dinosaurs.
And it's
Are the
CG.
dinosaurs playing golf?
Yes, Jurassic Park.
Dinosaurs
Like
can't
that.
hold a golf club?
It's a movie. It's probably animated.
Yeah, it's Pixar or DreamWorks or something.
Anybody got more? I have so many.
I've got another one too.
We're gonna do Lost, and we're removing the T, so it's Los. And it's just nothing but a bunch of Hispanics on an island, confused.
How can you take this show like that?
Los. 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 I don't know.
Monster shows up. Love!
Instead of Fight Club, we have Ike Club, and it's just a bunch of dudes hanging around, just being alright. just hanging around. They're cool. They're fine.
Jerry?
Instead of the shining, the shitting.
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
The shitting.
The shitting.
The shit.
We're changing words now.
Letters.
Swapping.
Oh, we're changing words. That's taking it to a new level.
game. I didn't prepare for that.
Larry's changing the game right now.
Yes.
Just changing it up.
What if Larry was spelled like Jerry? Lerry.
Larry. That'd be a girl's
Larry.
name. The girl version of Larry. I don't have one. Go ahead.
Okay. We have Spider Maw, which is
We've got a whole series. What are you talking about? We got Bat Ma, Super Ma, Aunt Ma,
Grandma.
Dang it, Spider Maw!
oh, Spider Ma,
Give me my laundry.
Iron Ma,
my butter.
How am I going to go to school?
Skew.
Ah, Spider-Man, you got your web all over my school and shit.
Don't get spider web on my school learning.
Spider-Man.
so. I don't need to explain the premise. I think you guys got it.
Robin Ma.
Did you say
Okay.
Robin Maw?
Robin Man.
Robin Ma, yeah. Robin Man.
Who's Robin Maw? Who's Robin Man?
Robin Man. Robin Man.
Oh,
Batman and Robbie. Dang it, Robbie.
what does Alfred become in
Get in
that
the house.
scenario?
Fred.
know.
Fred or
Al-
Red?
Alfred.
Alfred.
Does anybody have any more?
I don't know. I don't know if we can top that.
I might be able to. I got a lot here.
All right.
Okay, I'll do another one. Ineption, which is just a movie where people spend a lot of time dreaming because they're not good at doing anything in real life. Ineption. I also had Fight instead of Fight Club. I had Fight Cub,
Uh-huh.
and I guess the movie it's like John C. Reilly kind of movie,
Mhm.
and he's the leader of a troop of Cub Scouts,
Oh, like that.
and they have to earn their fist fighting badge.
Fun. I like
That does seem like a John C. Reilly movie.
movie. Yeah.
I added a letter to another one that did the Gourd Father, which would be a VeggieTales movie where there was a gourd that was like a gangster, but it's all about Jesus in the end.
As they are.
It's always about Jesus in the end.
Oh, instead of Clerks, Lurks. And it's actually, it takes the plot from Mallrats, and it's just some lurkers just lurking around the mall,
As they do.
as they do.
I think half the people in the mall are lurking.
I'm just looking at a DVD rack trying to. We got Ill Bill.
Oh,
Ill Bill.
It's just a guy named Bill. He lives out in the woods, and he's just always sick.
I got instead of Dawn of the Dead, Dawn of the Dad, and it's like your typical just dad, just like dad bod, just walking around.
Dad,
Dawn,
just like
That's
that.
my house every
Yeah.
day.
At
just with a
dawn.
open robe, no
Oh,
no
too bad.
underwear, and just his dick flopping around in this while he's wearing the slippers. Good
Dawn of the
hour
Dad.
and a half of that.
Good hour and a half every
Great movie.
dawn. Every dawn. Look out, kids.
Pup Fiction. It's again, it's the same movie just with dogs.
I want to see it. We'll go from Logan to Lone. Take the G out. It's just Lone.
and he's a loan shark that if you don't pay him back, he kills you with his claws.
Yes, and the tagline of the movie is he wants to get you a loan with a real low interest rate. That was a Haywood Banks joke. And it's not like in the style of that is an actual Haywood Banks lyric.
Except instead of it's not claws though. When he does this and just like coins just fly
Rolls
out.
of quarters.
Yeah, they just fly back to his hands.
I got Footloose. Or remove O from loose, this will be foot loss. And it's about the kid, like whenever he dies, like in that car thing, instead of him dying, he just loses a foot. And that's where it goes to nobody can dance anymore because he lost his foot.
They feel bad. They don't want to dance in front of him because he can't dance with them.
Exactly.
If you want to leave your foot behind.
Here's the last one I've got that is good anyway.
All right, this is the last one.
Reservoir Dues, which is a scintillating documentary about how to properly utilize a reservoir. Reservoir Dues.
With a sequel.
Yeah.
So we're talking like water storage.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just a documentary about
how to properly store your
water storage.
It's not so much about the dam that formed the reservoir. It's about like etiquette in the reservoir.
It doesn't have to be a dam-induced reservoir. It could be any kind of
like a glass of water.
Any kind of basin you've got, you can fill with water. This is the documentary that's going to teach you the ins and outs of the proper ways to utilize.
Okay. I would watch. Hey, I would watch.
It's fucking rude, Jerry.
Sounds very informative. You know what else is informative?
Oh, please don't. I am not ready for this.
Okay, I've got something else I can talk to while she talks about this.
All right.
It's not a funny topic, kind of.
Just what we need at the end of the show.
So we talked about PUBG last week, and there's this guy I've been following for quite a while. His name is Hunter. I think his name is pronounced Kale. It's Cayll.
Mm-hmm.
He's a competitive shooter, okay? But he goes by Hunter Nubs Kale because he doesn't have any hands.
Wow.
So the dude just literally has nubs at the end of his arms, and he's a competitive shooter and shoots really well.
Crazy.
So I've discovered that he's actually started streaming on Twitch. He plays Fortnite and PUBG with Xbox, and he's got, besides the standard camera on his face, he's got a camera down showing his nubs manipulating.
Mouse
Really?
Just a regular
Xbox
keyboard?
controller.
Oh, okay.
A regular Xbox
And a regular
controller?
He doesn't
Xbox
have that new
controller.
one? Okay.
And he does it. It's
So he
kinda
has
freaky.
just like
He's
this,
got
like a
little
palm.
tiny nubs at the end of his.
like half a finger, like a
Not even
quarter
half
of
a finger. It's literally like his hands. He doesn't have any hands. He
doesn't have prosthetics either.
No, he doesn't. But he's really good.
That's insane. I want to see this.
His Twitch name is Fingerless Freddy, or Fingerless Frank. Excuse me, Fingerless Frank.
Now, this is a guy that could use a masseuse with a happy ending. This guy,
yeah,
he's
but he actually lives in
No
this area.
hands.
He lives in
Does
this
he really?
area. Yeah, but
you might meet a celebrity.
yeah, I thought it would be a good shout out for that guy. He needs some followers on Twitch.
Oh, is he fairly new?
Yeah, Fingerless Frank.
I was gonna look on YouTube, but he may not have it on YouTube.
Let me see. It's Hunter Kale, the no-handed shooter. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
talent.
really neat.
but he's trying to stream and everything. He's doing Facebook Live and Twitch and stuff.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. This dude can shoot a pistol and a rifle, and he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want to see how he does that.
Yeah.
Bekah. Oh, she's furiously writing.
So right-
Yeah.
okay.
Give me more.
Okay,
Give me
so
more material.
the
Bekah, you were far too involved in the conversation tonight.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. I was in it tonight, so I
Yeah.
didn't.
you were in
writing
it to
done.
win it, and it was a draw. So we had a viewer question. A viewer I was talking to earlier in the
right.
week
Yeah,
had a viewer
forgot.
question that he wanted me to bring up. How many times a day should you poop?
Should you?
Yeah, how many
Should.
times
That's
is it
what
healthy for
should.
somebody to poop in a day?
Every time I need to.
I know this listener.
All you need to.
I've heard 3 times.
3 or 4
normal.
times a day, which seems excessive. to
Seems
me.
excessive.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
There's some people that 3 times a week. It just.
Yeah, this is all very. There's a lot that goes into that.
So actually, I did a little research on this.
Oh, good. So we actually have real answers.
Yes.
I like this.
There's
This is
no.
what I need.
What is that noise?
It's
Patrick taking
Water.
a piss
Oh,
and
okay.
flushing the
Patrick's
toilet.
watching Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. There's no generally accepted number of times a person should poop. As a broad rule, pooping
Good.
anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week is normal. Most people have a regular pattern, so whatever works for your body.
For your butthole.
They'll poop about the same number of times a day and at a similar time of day. So
I wish I could change what that time was because it's inconvenient to me.
you can just change your diet, and you
What
can.
makes me need to shit in the morning instead of in the middle of the day?
What's wrong with the
Sometime-
morning?
I just never can. I never need to shit in the morning before I go to work.
Oh,
Come on, I used to work with you.
Do you
I have to
eat
shit
or
about
drink
2
anything
o'clock
when you
every day.
wake up?
Oh wait, what? Say that?
You eat or drink anything when you wake up?
No, I don't. No, I don't eat or drink before going to work ever.
Drink warm water with salt or coffee
Yeah, coffee.
when you wake up.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. And also
No.
smoking a cigarette, but I do that much less.
You should drink
often
a
these
big
days.
glass of water when you wake up, anyways, because you're
Yeah.
dehydrated when you
That's
wake up.
what I do too.
I mean, I usually do. Like, I always have a water by the bed, and I always chug or I don't chug it, but, I always drink water first thing, but not, like, a lot to intentionally, try to induce that bowel movement thing to happen. Sometimes I sit down in the morning and try, I'm like, look, I don't want to have to do this at 2 o'clock in the
Today's
afternoon.
gonna be my day.
This is the day. I even, leave myself enough time, and no, can't do it.
Get my toilet paper all laid
Stick a
out.
finger up there,
Mhm.
entice the poop.
It usually happens after I get out of the shower.
Oh man, there's a case against an Air Force colonel. He was abusing his kids, and he was sticking his finger up the kid's butt to try to induce him to poop.
I've heard that.
It was terrible. Like, I read some of the report on this guy, and he's getting tried by the Air Force justice system, which is not really the best. But yeah, the kid's statement is just like, yeah, my dad would pinch my penis and then stick his finger up my butt, and I couldn't tell anybody. He told me that's not.
What does the pinching have to do with helping the poop? I don't-
None of
And
it. He's just a molester.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody has told me before. Like, I'm not trying to defend this
To
guy, but
pinch a
somebody has
penis?
told me before that if you just like push on your taint a little bit, it like.
That's not pinching your penis.
Well, no, it's
'Cause
not.
I did have a male child when he was a baby who was severely constipated, and we didn't stick a finger up his butt, but we used his suppository to help him poop, so he felt better. There was no penis pinching involved. I mean,
Definitely
Well,
not.
you should try natural remedies before you go for the medicinal. That's what I think. I'm just kidding.
Hey, she's also
That's how
sticking fingers
unwanted
up his
babies
butt,
get
but
born.
not prostitution.
I mean,
This-
did you try prayer or no? I mean, come on.
Dark path of too many foster kids.
Make sure you trim your fingernails first.
All right, Becca, you better have a fucking poll
You
because
know
I'm
what?
stopping this show right now.
You know what?
It's done. Show's over. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Haywood Banks.
She not have a poem? What have you been
you know
doing this
what?
whole show?
She's
She's
been
been talking too much.
And I
She's
just
been arguing about the morality of prostitution. She's trying to
Starting to
impart
think about
her
pinching penises.
morals
you guys
on the
need to
world.
talk about things that don't
Buttholes.
interest me, so I can write about them.
All right, I see more politics,
More
Crypto.
politics.
more science.
No.
We-
You can never really tell ahead of time what's going to bore me. It's just okay. So I fucking guess this one's called Robin Man.
I fucking guess this one is called Robin Man.
Illogical outlaw, hunter, shooter. Seems useless to try to talk to him. You don't see Rambo for the dialogue. And you don't see a sunrise through a bolt hole. Everything is covered now, and the verdict is in. He ends up losing the fight, but it's in the public's best interest.
See, that
Good.
that was a good one. See,
I know it was.
You
It's
see,
always good.
no, see, but it's a happy one because usually your poems are so dark, and I think it's because you're writing shit down when you're bored with what we're saying. But today you were more into it, so you wrote. It was a more brighter sounding poem.
That's not bright. That's about a superhero losing. You just
It's still.
I did not pick that up at all.
I didn't get
but
that at all. No,
I
didn't get
I think that was very good, and
Yeah.
I think it was overall a very good conversation. We were all engaged.
I agree. Yeah.
Good conversation.
I
Yes.
think the best part is just that I wasn't so hammered I couldn't function. So
That's usually a good thing too.
The end of last week. That's the key of just me not being drunk. I think so. We'll keep that going.
We could change that.
Trick.
You can treat
try
yourself.
some of your. I will take another sip of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
On the show.
Yeah, that's nice.
we got
Awesome,
something we have
thank
to
you.
remember to say this time.
Oh, and we should have said it earlier, but yeah, we are soon, very soon, and we've already teased this in the last month or so, but we are going to switch over to YouTube. And so the problem with YouTube is it doesn't let you like pick a URL until you have X amount of subscribers or X amount of plays or something like that. So the way that you want to find us is you need to go to your YouTube. I think you could do it in the app or on the browser or anything. You should have these options no matter where you search. But search for Verbal Assault and then filter those search results to channels. So it only gives you channels, and then it'll give you a list of channels, and you look for the logo that it comes up on the podcast, or it's also in the bottom right of the stream, and that's how you'll find it. And if you go there, you want to subscribe to the channel, and then you want to hit the little bell thing, so it gives you a notification when we go live, just like the Facebook app does.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
We'll send out the link on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll put it out. It's just that what we might end up doing when we actually go to do it is maybe like go live on Facebook real quick, just say something, people will get the notification, and then we can switch over to YouTube on, maybe not next week or, maybe, whenever we decide to do it. That way we could be like, look, we're not doing it on Facebook, we're doing it on YouTube, and you can go do that. And we'll actually put a link on the Facebook. But if you're just listening to this right now, the easiest way to find it is just search for Verbal Assault and then filter by channels only.
All right. Give us a nice positive review.
And listeners, tell your friends. Tell your friends about this podcast.
Tell them.
Listen, give a positive review if you feel that way. You
Or
don't have
not.
to if you don't. We're not trying
Just
to force
do
you
it.
into anything you don't want to do.
True that.
We'll worry about feeling good after
Unless
that.
you want to have sex with a hooker.
I mean, yeah, if you don't want to have sex with a hooker, that's too bad. We're legalizing it, and you have to. And then you also have to parent the children that's produced.
It's just random
Yes.
kids everywhere.
All right.
I hate people's children.
Yeah, get ready
Steve-o.
for a bunch more of them.
Steve-o, what's that phone number?
It is 865-316-6955.
Oh,
Give us a call. Leave us a message.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail.
on Patreon too.
Yeah, hit us up on
Yes.
Patreon.
Yep. Hit us up on Patreon. We got patreon.com/verbal assault. Real easy.
Yeah. Give you a shout out. If you pay enough, you'll get your own Johnny story, which I don't know how that's going to go after next
we
week.
killed Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
All those
We'll
stories.
have to get Jerry to make one up for us.
Yeah.
Listen,
Figure out a Terry story.
Patrick
Yeah.
really threw this whole thing for a loop here. It's almost like he doesn't understand how it works when we give the phone number out. First Steve-o says it, and then someone else says it again, and that got completely skipped over. So
somebody say it again. Bekah, say it again.
the floor is
I
yours.
don't know.
865-319-69.
You said it wrong.
Is it
No,
3?
it's
I don't know.
it's 865. That stands for Vol.
316.
Stands for John 3:16, everybody's favorite Bible verse. 69, everyone's favorite position, and 55 because it's 55.
Because that's everybody's favorite speed limit.
That's right. Because
That's
nobody
the most-
can drive that speed.
865-316-6955.
Yes.
That's it.
All
All right.
Yay.
Did we say thanks to Haywood Banks? If we didn't, we're
I
going to
did.
do it
Yes, you
again.
did. Bye.